Okay, you guys, we've already painted our backdrop. We've done our detail work through the halo section. Now we are going in rainbow order, high contrast through the top. I started with pink and I worked my way into orange with that first section. The next section I actually ran out of yellow, so you saw me just remix it. We've got orange into yellow. Now here is where your balayage film becomes your best friend. If I was laying this down without film underneath, that piece that lays on top of the piece prior to it would end up very spotty and not very perfect, and there's really nowhere else to put it. So grab yourself a roll of the balayage film, put it as close as you can to the section before, especially here because I'm painting directly onto the yellow. That should end up green, but when you guys see the end result, it's going to be bright yellow and there's going to be no impact from the blue laying directly over the yellow because the film's in the way. So I kind of tried a new angle here and I really like it. I hope that you guys like this one as well. Instead of going on top, I wanted you to see kind of how it was sectioning from the side. I have my pink, my orange, yellow, and then remember we kind of skipped green because I didn't mix up green, and I went into blue. Now, as I'm working my way through a client's head, especially with creative freedom, I kind of let the hair talk to me and I see where I want everything to fall as I'm painting. So I do know that this next section is going to be purple, but then as I start thinking through the process, I decide in the moment that those front pieces also need to be rainbow pieces, because she already has that traveling rainbow throughout her head, and I wanted her to be able to look in the mirror and see rainbows on rainbows. So you guys are going to see from a top the rainbow painting that I'm doing here. Now, one of the things I love to do in the roots, especially towards the front, is I added a tiny drop of purple just to make this pink a little bit deeper and a little bit darker to kind of anchor it in. Now, the other thing you'll see me do is paint directly onto the section before it. So I'm painting on that balayage film, mostly because I'm now painting vertically with the head, and it's very hard to get full saturation if you don't have something to paint on top of, kind of like a balayage board. Now again, just like we did with the backdrop area, I'm painting the yellow directly into the blue and then blending right away. The great thing is about purple at the end, it's super forgiving. You can just throw it on top of the blue and you get a really beautiful blend. Now the next section you're going to do, and I love doing this crown section this way away from the face. And the reason for that is when you're doing it away from the face, it gets everything out of the way, everything clean, and you don't end up with like a terrible amount of color in the client's hairline. So I'm going to start right at the hairline. I'm going to work my pink through. You see me really working that Big Daddy from Mar brush. And then the other thing you'll see me do is paint underneath first. I had that little orange piece that was like a shorter piece. I just painted it all the way through and pulled it out of my way so it doesn't become an issue when it comes to the rainbow panel. And then again, just like I did underneath, you'll see me blend the pink, the orange, and the yellow prior to putting on the blue. And then I'm just going to kind of smudge that blue and yellow together so we get a really pretty green between the two of them. And then I'm going to finish it off with my purple. You'll see me keep full tension and pull it all the way down. Here is our beautiful painted head. You guys can see we did the backdrop underneath. We've got the traveling rainbow through the middle. And then right through the Mohican guideline, you see the money piece in the front that's also rainbowed. And then you'll see rainbow order basically in reverse. This is a really fun way to section. Now, the biggest question I get, whether you're a stylist or you're a client, is how the heck do I rinse this out without it all running together? How does the purple not make the yellow muddy? And let me tell you, high pressure, ice cold water. It's going to be terrible, but it's going to be worth it. Here are the results. I'm like just as excited about the wet version of this as I am the dry. I want you to really look between that blue and the yellow and see that we have no green between the two because we use those balayage films. I'm going to give you an aerial view here in a second so you can really see the impact that we did. We started, from the back and worked our way to the front as far as rainbow order is concerned, and it worked out perfectly because we ended up with pink up around her face so I could do one more extra little rainbow. I wanted to brush through this so you guys could really see the blend that we did. We've got solid sections underneath with pretty heavy painting through the top. You guys see that these big sections are where you're going to get the impact of your colors. If you have clients coming in that are wanting a lot of purple or lavender or pink, take 2-inch wide sections. And here's a little peekaboo at our rainbow. I was doing a haircut and I thought I should show you guys. Now, I love curling with the GHD classic curl iron. It's a 1-inch iron. It works on everybody's hair. I have prepped her hair with a heat protector and then just like a flexible hold hairspray. It's actually super windy outside today, so most of the pictures we took this day were actually inside. but I wanted to show you kind of how I rake the curls out. You guys can see the impact of the rainbows up top, and you can literally move this hair around and make it as, you know, blended or as not blended as you want. I really like the impact of the section, so I wanted to show that to you guys as I work my way through. I also kept in a little bit of the behind the scenes with me pulling out that rainbow, that traveling rainbow, and then I'm brushing through the top to make sure that those roots lay down nice and beautifully, but I'm also wanting some of that pink to pop from underneath. And then here's the final look. You guys, I would love for you guys to try this. If you do try it, it's my high impact halo sectioning technique. I have it multiple times on my page with multiple different kinds of results. This is a great one when a client says, just do whatever you want. You can really see the traveling rainbow here, like from front all the way back, diagonally back. If you guys try the section or you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. I've loved sharing this creation with you guys, and I hope that you get a chance to try it out.